Smart people do not avoid New Year parties by accident. And this is important because every year the same question appears: why does all this noise feel wrong to you while others seem energized by it? And psychology says this reaction is not random at all. Your brain is responding to stimulation in a very specific way that most people never stop to question. And once you understand what is happening inside your mind, avoiding New Year parties stops feeling like a flaw and starts feeling like self-awareness. This video is not about hating celebrations or judging people who enjoy them. It is about understanding why certain intelligent, emotionally aware minds instinctively step back from loud social rituals, and how psychology explains this as regulation, depth, and cognitive maturity, rather than isolation or sadness. Psychology shows that highly intelligent and introspective people tend to have a nervous system that processes stimulation more intensely, which means loud music, crowds, forced excitement, and constant social interaction drain mental energy much faster than they do for others. This is explained through sensory processing sensitivity, where the brain takes in more information at once. So while a party feels fun to many, your brain is working overtime, filtering sounds, faces, expectations, and emotional signals. And research shows that when the brain is overloaded, it naturally seeks withdrawal, not because it is weak, but because it is protecting itself from burnout. Another reason smart people avoid New Year parties is related to emotional regulation. Your brain values internal stability over external stimulation, which means forced excitement feels fake rather than fulfilling. Psychology calls this emotional congruence, where people feel discomfort when emotions do not match their internal state. So if you do not feel excited, pretending to feel excited creates cognitive dissonance, and intelligent minds tend to notice this mismatch more clearly, which is why they step away instead of performing happiness that does not feel real. Research also shows that reflective thinkers experience time differently, especially during symbolic moments like the end of a year. Instead of seeking distraction, their brain naturally shifts into self-evaluation mode, reviewing patterns, lessons, and meaning. This is linked to the default mode network, the part of the brain active during reflection and self-awareness. So while others celebrate outwardly, your mind is processing inwardly, and that makes noise feel like an interruption rather than a celebration. Smart people also tend to be selective with energy, not people, and this is an important distinction. Psychology explains this through self-determination theory, where autonomy and alignment matter more than social approval. These minds do not avoid parties because they dislike people. They avoid situations that drain without adding value. And New Year parties often involve shallow interaction, loud environments, and social pressure, which conflicts with a brain that prioritizes meaningful engagement and emotional efficiency. Finally, research on intelligence and introversion shows that deep thinkers recharge through low-stimulation environments, which allows the brain to reset and integrate information. This is why silence feels calming rather than empty, and solitude feels grounding rather than lonely. So choosing to spend New Year alone or quietly is not avoidance, it is strategic recovery, and your brain is doing exactly what it needs to do to maintain clarity, balance, and emotional health. So if New Year parties drain you, this does not mean you are antisocial, broken, or missing out. It means your brain is wired for depth regulation, and meaning you are not rejecting celebration, you are choosing alignment. And psychology shows that this choice often comes from self-awareness, emotional maturity, and cognitive strength. If this video helped you understand yourself better, take a moment to like it, share it with someone who feels the same way, and subscribe for more psychology that explains the things you were never taught to question.